My name is Lindon Barr and I am the director and choreographer of The Garden, which is an immersive journey of self-discovery through hip-hop dance. And this R&D has been supported by Arts Council England, Redbridge Drama Centre and Elementz. So the process of this R&D is that we started with our 4 dancers and we did lots of movement exploration. We had 4 different characters who portray 4 different emotions that we wanted to experience. So we created 4 different solos that happen in 4 different worlds, and the piece can be interpreted in many different ways. You'll see 2 different solos within the show, and then they come together and form a final duet piece. The duet piece is always the same, however different dancers have different styles and different moments that can be individual. But when you come and watch the show, you would see 2 different dancers each time, and then a final duet piece which would be the same. So I've learned a lot about how different elements come into play, making sure the dancers and the artists feel like they have a voice within the piece, but then also keeping it true to my vision and what I wanted to create. So this is my first time making a full-scale piece and my first time making an immersive piece at the same time. I think what's been really valuable about having this time is that we've been able to try things, test things, make mistakes, cut things, make new things, and really go back and forth without the pressure of opening the show next week. So it's been an R&D for everyone. Like, everyone's come into the space wanting to try new ideas, or maybe they've got an idea that works but it's not ready for like a finished product yet, so we're trying to get to that finished product. So we'd often listen to whether it be the lighting designer, sound composer or the dancers and test everyone's ideas, give everyone a voice within the space to be able to make a mistake, but hopefully out of that we'll achieve some great stuff that we can then push forward.
I'm Andrew Exeter, I'm the set and lighting designer on The Garden. What's always really exciting about working with Lindon, and this is our 3rd collaboration together as creatives, is that he's not closed to choreography being something that is then the inception and then it's lit. He's quite open to, and has been particularly in this process, in me coming in and kind of spinning something on its head and offering that we might try something. Or, you know, for example, in one of the pieces, the whole piece is just lit by screens and no real light sources. And from the off, that's been a development process whereby Lindon has then taken some offerings of a strobe light or a colour and shifted the way that sits. And in turn with Shaq, he's then reshifted the composition of that based on what we're seeing visually. So it's always a very different process with Lindon, which is incredibly exciting to me as a creative to explore.
So another idea we'd like to do is test out how the show feels with different performers on stage. Different styles, different genders, different backgrounds, whatever that may be, and putting different people together to see what the outcome is. So it's not always the same story being told. We want people to walk away from the show and have a different opinion as the person next to them, but also a different opinion the next time they watch the show.
It's really interesting with a piece like this because its core aesthetic choices want to lean us into a non-defined series of worlds. You don't want to feel like you're too close to being in a literal location at any one time. So scenically and lighting-wise and props-wise, we're really hinting towards things. So the garden you finally end up in is the kind of fragments of a garden, but in a very strange and rectangular form. And similarly, when you feel like you're in a kind of digital space, it's just the screens or it's just the cables. So you never quite feel like you're in reality. You always feel like the audience has an ability to kind of use that ambiguity to make their own decisions, which feels really important for this. It feels like making an immersive show like this, the audience have to be invited to do things, and it feels like light and scenically that's been a really exciting thing for us. You know, for example, in the first room you enter, you're given the invitation first as the audience, you're given the light source in a completely pitch black room, you're given the torch and you have to light the space. And I think that's been something really exciting for us to explore, is how the audience with light can discover the space for themselves.
So when you watch the final duet piece, even though the choreography is technically the same, each duet will create a unique experience through freestyle, which is a big thing within hip-hop dance and expression, through just the fact that they have their own language, they have their own way of performing, so the feelings and the emotions are going to be different, and it will feel new and fresh each time you watch it.